So some common factors would end up being like artificial grass. Just players feel like they cannot stick and switch directions. They feel like they get stuck. So like when teams in the European League, they play soccer, they will have a contract with like the MLS where they have to change the field to natural grass. So that's one of like the key components. The other thing can be just the way if your knees are just, your anatomy is just built different. Sometimes people's knees point a different direction. Those are the type of people that are more prone to certain injuries. And then mostly people who just aren't working on change of direction, because change of direction is usually where people get injured with the ACL injury. So one of the things that I have noticed is that it's trending right now. It's a knees over toes guy, which is he's just working on the patellar, strengthening the patellar and stretching it out. Those are the type of workouts that are very common right now for athletes to strengthen their, their knees, their meniscus, like everything around the knee, to prevent these types of injuries. So a really good program would end up being a program that consists of, first teach range of motion, and then little by little start working on stretching out the patellar, and then going from single leg workouts and stability, and then also continue with the core. And then from there, what ends up happening is once you're able to get into like a phase 3, which is, when the athlete starts to work on direction, full speed, stop and go, that's when they can continue. Then when they're returning, one of the main things that a lot of athletes don't do is like they don't do depth drops so they could like land and teach their body how to brace for that type of impact. The other thing that I like to do too would be like ski jumps, where you jump from side to side, and like the first phase would be stop after you jump and then switch. And then once the athlete can reach about getting into a phase 4, they would do a rapid fire where they're just trying to change directions with their ski jumps. The other thing would end up being like plyometric jumps, just continuous bounds. And then from there, work on like stop and go speed, where they'll set up a cone, they'll run to the cone, stop, break down, or change the directions, or they stop completely and then they re-accelerate to go to the next cone. So those are basic things that I would definitely recommend for the athletes trying to get back into these sports, because typical injuries with the ACL in sports is usually basketball,